Good morning, everyone. Hi. It's 9:30 a.m. Sunday, 26th of January, here in the Philippines. By the way, this is Stanley, one of our Shih Tzus. He just needs some attention every now and again. So, welcome. Hi. My name's Simon. This is my first ever YouTube video. My name's Simon. I'm 57 years of age. My God, it's like a job interview. I'm doing this video because I started a YouTube channel, I guess, really about 1 year ago. And the reason why was to do videos about life here in the Philippines, but mainly for my family's kind of what do you call it, interest, really, because they're back in the UK, and sometimes it's nice seeing a video rather than just send a WhatsApp message every now and again. Bless him, he's almost asleep. So yeah, my name's Simon. I'm from the UK originally. I'm married to a beautiful Filipina woman called Cherry that we met 9 years ago actually, 9 years ago, when we both worked in Dubai. And as I do this video, it's almost 10 a.m. on Sunday. Another gorgeous day in the Philippines, blue skies. It's around 24 degrees around 10 a.m. and it would get up to around about 30 degrees by the afternoon. So, why this video? Well, the past few months, I've had quite a few messages on YouTube, even though I've not got many members, subscribers. As I said, I only do it really to keep my family updated in the UK, really. But I've got a few followers, and some questions have been asked. Simon, why are you in the Philippines, and what's your lifestyle here, and how were you able to retire so early? And is 55 early to retire? I guess it is, really, because when I retired in June 2023, I was not wanting to retire. I wasn't thinking of retiring, but it just shows how life changes, really. Now, what I'm going to say to you, what's happened the last almost 3 years, was not planned. Far from it. It was not planned, believe me. But as I sit here in my beautiful home that my wife and I built 1 year ago, I have not had one single regret. Not one single regret. The only regret is that my family can't come and see me that often, and because obviously the UK and the Philippines is like the end of the world. But thank God for video and Skype, of course. So let me give you a quick kind of resume of my kind of life and career to where I am now. So I started my career back in the UK in the early 1990s, and I've always been in the corporate industry, but more precisely the automotive industry, but more exactly the tyre rubber industry. And I work for a number of global tyre brands, and I've been very successful, in my opinion, in those roles and companies, which led me to the point where I retired in June of 2023. But as I said, that was not planned. So I think it was around about March time of that year that my wife called me from here in the Philippines and said that this farm had come available, which is about a 5-minute drive from where we are now, a 2-hectare farm to grow rice. And apparently the price was just a steal, a bargain. So my wife said, maybe we should buy it. And I just think, where's that come from? I'm thinking, a farm? Really? Now, the more I thought about it, and I kind of convinced myself to a large degree that it was a no-brainer. Once I did some background searches and research online, and spoke to some people over here as well. And it turns out it was a no-brainer, really. We got the price for a steal. The farmer was desperate to sell, so we bought it. And what's quite nice is our farm sit next to the 1 hectare piece of land that Cherry's mum has next to us. So it's nice in that sense as well. So now I'm laughing because even as I sit here now, I'm kind of thinking still, Simon, you've gone from being a hard-working, career, motivated person to now being retired and being a farmer. So, you couldn't write it, really, honestly, you couldn't write it. So it was in March of that year, and after travelling to and fro from the UK and to the Philippines and back, my wife and I have been separated physically for 8 years. I'm saying physically, but she's always been here, and I've always travelled either from the UK or when I was working in Dubai or Istanbul in Turkey. I've always travelled to see her, and at one point I was coming here once every month for a long weekend, which when I think back now, that is like crazy. To fly from Istanbul to Manila once a month just for a long weekend, but that's what we had to do. By the way, even through the pandemic, I was travelling from either the UK or from Istanbul to the Philippines, and I remember now, being on flights, only being me on one flight. It was very surreal, and getting to Manila and then going into a hotel for 1 week quarantine, and then one time going back to the UK, being quarantined for 2 weeks in a hotel. It's been absolutely horrendous, and my heart goes out to those people and families that unfortunately have lost good people through COVID, but thankfully a lot of us got through it, and I don't know how we did anyway. So we got to a point in March of that year where I was starting to not really enjoy my work, and I think what it was is it got to a point where the company that I was working for was just chasing KPIs, chasing market share, always the month-end chase, invoice the last tire, and it was just a lot of pressure. Now I can cope with pressure, but there's a little niggle in me thinking, Simon, do you want to do this now for the rest of your life? And 99%, yes, I'm still committed and motivated, and even though I've achieved my business goals, thankfully, in my career, I also set this a target to be managing director of a company by the time I was 50, and I achieved that. Now, once I achieved that, I thought that was it. I was set for life. Couldn't think of anything else to aim for, but it just shows how quickly life can change, and you always want more and want more and want more. Now, when I became MD of a company in the UK called Pirelli Tyres, I then got also the responsibility of managing the Nordics, so Finland, Sweden, Norway, basically all the cold countries, and Iceland. Did that for 2 years. I got the opportunity to become Chief Commercial Officer for the same company based in Istanbul in Turkey. Had an amazing 2 years there, amazing country and culture. It's just amazing. Got the chance to travel all across Africa and Middle East, and met so many nice people, made so many good friends, of course, and one thing that I've always said to my son Ben, in life you have to create your own luck, and genuinely you do. What I mean by that is being at the right place at the right time, making that phone call, doing that email, doing that presentation, and that's what I did. So I've always been average. Even in school I was average. I always thought I was average in my career, but turns out I was quite good at it, thankfully. Now, so yeah, so being based in Istanbul, covering all of Africa and Middle East, and it was a great experience, it really, really was. And then I got the chance to go back to the UK to be a director for another tyre company, and that's when the niggles kind of started, really. Not with Pirelli, or with Avon Cooper Tyre, but this other company that I work for, and so when this phone call happened with my wife about buying a farm, I thought, Simon, let's evaluate your life and where are you now? Where do you think you're going to be in 5-10 years' time? And now, what made the decision to retire was two things. One, the farm, for sure, and the second one was my wife's always had this plot of land here in the province, in the countryside, in the Philippines, 1,000 square meters. My wife's mother has got a small house which is across the road from us. It was a small house, and she said that we could live there indefinitely because she's working in Dubai. So I thought, okay, Simon, you're almost 55, you're married to a beautiful woman, you've got an amazing son, amazing daughter, you achieve your career goals, now's the time to enjoy time. And what I mean by that is to spend as much time with my wife as possible, because she's a lot younger than me. She's 37 this year, excuse me. So that's my ultimate aim and goal. Now, I'd be quite lucky, and I guess lucky in many ways, but I also made some good decisions in my younger days, when I started a private pension when I was only 18. The companies that I work for had good pension schemes. So I've got a number of pension schemes that were in place. And believe me, these are not big pension pots. Believe me, they're not. But when I calculated what you would need to have a good standard of living here in the Philippines is far, far, far from what you would have in the UK or the USA, Australia, or Europe. So when I did all the evaluating and number crunching, and I'm quite a detailed person, so by the way, if you hear some dogs barking, I apologise. We've got 3 Shih Tzus, and we have chickens also free roaming in the garden, so apologies in advance. So when I sat down and worked out all the finances and evaluation, I thought, it's a no-brainer. It really is a no-brainer. So now, as I said, I didn't plan to retire at 55. I also remember watching this movie called Sliding Doors, and it's about where a certain path would lead you if that hadn't have happened, or that hadn't have happened, or this, whatever. So whatever's happened in my life, good or bad, has led me to this point where I'm talking to you now, my first ever video on YouTube, talking about my life, my family, and my work career, and my lifestyle here. So, by the way, I'm sat outside in our outside living area, which we spend most of our time actually in the Philippines because it's so hot, and also it's just nice being outside. So knowing we have somewhere to live, I thought, Simon, let's do it. So, and at the same time, I did some kind of number crunching about how much it would cost to build your own house here in the Philippines. Thankfully, my wife's cousin is an engineer, so he came to see us in a small house where we lived. We gave him an idea of what we wanted, and he came up with these plans. The first 2 plans were okay, but they weren't kind of what we wanted. We wanted like a modern Filipino house, and I think the 4th draft came back, and I thought, yes, that's the one. So in the space of 1 year, 2023, I bought a farm, I retired, and started to build our new home here in the Philippines. Now, as I said, you couldn't write this. I'm glad now that I can write about it and speak about it, because it's just kind of surreal even now. And even now, being here almost 2 years now, I still have pinch me moments. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. Apologies. There's dogs barking. We have, as well as 3 Shih Tzus, we have 2 guard dogs in the garden, and thankfully, they do bark at anything that's not normal around here, and it's very, 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 very safe here. Very, very safe. So yeah, so that's where we are as of today. Now, it's. By the way, my wife is not here. She's at church. So my wife, bless her, she goes to church every Sunday morning. I think it's from 8 a.m. until maybe some days until midday. I'm thinking I'm not particularly religious, but I believe in God. But I could not sit in the church for 3 or 4 hours. Bless her. I don't know how she does it. There's no AC in the church. There's 1 or 2 fans, and that's it. But she's committed. She is, bless her. She's beautiful. She's funny. She's humble. She's generally, not generally, she is a great human being, and I feel so blessed. I feel so lucky to have my wife, and I've got an amazing son, amazing mother in the UK still, and brother Paul, and I think I have, dare I say it, a perfect life. Maybe I do. Because we have no mortgage, no rent, we have no electricity bill because we are 100% off-grid solar here, so no bills for electricity, and it's just a great lifestyle, absolute amazing lifestyle. The people here are so humble and respectful. I'm called sir all the time. My nieces and nephews call me, get this, Daddy Simon. Now when I first heard that, I was a bit freaked out by it, because I've got a lot of nieces and nephews, a lot. But that's how they call you here. So if you have nieces or nephews in the Philippines, they call you Daddy Simon, and it's a nice feeling. So as well of as being called that and called sir, it's just a general wonderful place to live, to explore. The climate is amazing. Yes, we have some typhoons here, of course. Yes, we do. But you get organised and planned for that and stuff. So, but this is my first ever video. It's not to get more members, did you call it, or subs. It's not for that. It's just to answer a few questions that people have asked me on YouTube when they saw the videos that I've done about my family back in the UK. So there's videos, I think there's maybe about 20 videos on my channel just of the house, on me and Cherry and the farm, and a few drone videos, and that's all it is. And these questions have come from people who give me a like or a question on YouTube. So now I'm quite a humble guy. I also think I'm generally quite a nice, good person. Have I made mistakes in my life? Oh my God, yes, for sure I have. But if I have, I try to learn from them and to move on and be a better person. Now, my kind of advice, but my kind of feedback for people who are either struggling mentally in the personal life or struggling in the career life. For me, I've had mental issues. I went through a messy divorce. I won't say messy. It was a sad divorce in 2009, which really affected me. So that was a hard thing to go through, with my kids as well, and so mentally I've had some kind of upsets in my life, but somehow I managed to get through them somehow. But I think also it does leave a scar on you, and when you go through these kind of things and stuff. But even when I've gone through certain rough stages in my career where I've kind of either lost a job or I felt I've not been happy there, somehow, I don't know how, but somehow I found a way to get through either what's happened to me emotionally and also career-wise. Now, as I said to you earlier, and one thing that I've said to Ben many, many times, you have to create your own luck in life. And now, whether that's in your personal life or career life, I am testimony to that. Believe me, I am testimony to that, to being in the right place at the right time, making the right phone call, the right contacts, etc. So, it's about being there. It's about being there. And being there means all those things. Just be there. So if you're in a conversation, be there in the conversation. Don't, your mind doesn't wander anywhere else. So, guys, if I can do it, believe me, anyone can. As I said, I've always been Mr. Average through life. Just find a way through. Find a way through. There's always a way through. As I said, emotionally or physically, in your career path, and my advice for anyone that is around my kind of age, if you're thinking of retiring, and if you were able to do so, my God, do it. Please, please do it. You will not regret it. As I said, I'm not financially a millionaire, far from it. I just made sure that we've got a comfortable amount of money from our savings, my pensions. We don't scrimp. In fact, we even save some money. So there's very little outgoings here in the Philippines, and it is becoming a bit more expensive, like most countries, but it's still far cheaper here than the UK and the USA and Europe. But for those people who are thinking of retiring, whether it's in the UK or even coming to the Philippines, I would do it. I would do it. And I know it's cliche again, but life is too short. My God, it is. Life is too short. And that's why I made the decision to retire at the age of just touching 55, to maximise the time that I spend with my amazing wife. Not one day have I regretted working or leaving the UK. Not once. So I wake up every morning with my wife, and I know I'm blessed. She's an amazing woman. She makes me laugh, makes me cry sometimes, but makes me laugh most days. Bless her. Sorry, dogs again. So, yeah. So for anyone that's thinking of either coming to the Philippines to retire, do it. Absolutely do it. As I said, it's amazing people, amazing culture, the climate. It's it's just amazing. So I'm not sure if I'll do any more videos. I'm not into doing these videos, as you can tell. I don't do a channel, to gain more members, just to update my family, but wanted just to, in a short space of time, just answer the questions, hopefully, that I have done. Those people that kindly ask questions, to me and my wife. But who knows? I may do more videos on maybe other subjects or just our life in general. My wife has a channel, but she spends a lot of time doing that. Me, I'm not sure if I want to do that really. My day just consists of waking up, coffee in the morning, coming out here, just do a bit of cleaning and tidying. Let me just show you quite quickly. So this is the outside living area. Seating, of course. We've got the oven in the corner, and sink and table and chairs, etc. Down there's where I exercise. So I try to exercise at least 6 times a week. Mentally it helps, physically it helps, of course. So who knows, maybe I'll do more videos, but thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Those that want any more videos, by all means ask any questions, any advice that you want. I'm not a doctor. I'm not. I'm not. What do you call it? A psychiatrist. But all I can say is that whatever I've been through in my life, I've always managed to find a way, and that's the main thing. You will come out the other side a bit hurt, of course you will, but really a better person, a more learned person, and hopefully a happier person. Believe me, I'm happy in the Philippines with my wife. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.